Hello, everyone. Give me a two if you can hear me. We are going to have a quick chat today. So, again, give me a two on the screen if you can hear me. We are going to be doing today more podcast style. I want to have this little combo today as I'm editing a couple of other tutorials that are coming for you guys. But, how are you doing? And let me know really quick. We're going to hop right into this. Let me know if whether or not you guys heard, right? Let me know if you guys, okay, good. You can hear me. You can hear me. Let me know if you guys heard about, um, oh my God, I want to say Razor Chick of Atlanta, right? She ended up posting a video about a woman who ran out on a bill that was about $1,000, right? When it comes to her hair. So a lot of people were like, what in the world cost $1,000, right? So give me a five real quick in the chat if you heard about that. I want to talk about it, not about the situation. Y'all know how I am. Like, it'll go deep, it'll go somewhere that you wasn't expecting, but give me a five if you've heard about that situation, right? Now, if you are new to my channel, you don't know this, but I have been a licensed cosmetologist for well over a decade. All right. I've never wanted to do anything else but hair, never wanted to do anything else but hair, right? So, make a long story short, let's hop into this and then we'll tie that into why I retired, because most people don't know if you're new to my channel, but I am no longer behind the chair. I did end up retiring from the hair industry about it's been about 5 years since I stood behind the chair. But before I retired, I did have a pretty good clientele, right? So I didn't retire from, the industry because I wasn't doing good or anything like that. It was because of certain energies, right? So we're going to talk about that today. So this time in particular, of course, I'm only telling you the stuff that I've seen because I don't really stay in that genre anymore. I've been out of the industry for about 5 years. But the master stylist posted it. Hey girl. So basically, it was a lady. Her name is Razor Chick of Atlanta. Everybody knows Sis has been out for a minute. Sis has been in the industry for a minute, and Sis, her prices are gold. Okay, you drop it at least 1,000 to sit in her chair, but everything is listed on the website, so it's no surprises. It's no surprises, nothing like that. You know what it is. So her deposit, mind you, everybody knows a deposit is a certain percentage of the overall service. So her deposit for the appointment was $350. So to make a long story short, hey boo. To make a long story short, the lady ended up paying the $350 and was like, all she had was $75 after that, and she owed her the rest of the money. Goes to the bathroom, says she's going to the bathroom, calls her boyfriend while she's in the bathroom to come pick her out, sneaks out the back, leaves, don't pay. Right? That's what happened. So of course she goes to get her hair done by somebody else or whatever the case was, posted the picture, so the lady posted the picture. A bunch of drama, right? This is the thing. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I turned 33 this year. Razor Chick of Atlanta is either in her late 40s or early 50s. I remember doing hair and sitting there and seeing a woman, I swear to God, I'm not going to say her name, but I was working at Phoenix Studio Salon Suites. And I'm not trying to be, like I'm all better than nobody, but I had the largest double in the back. So in between, like right down the hall, was one lady, or I'm gonna say her name. She was my mother's age, and then the lady directly next door to me was older than my mother. Okay, older than my mama. Excuse me. The one that was older than my mother, the one who is older than my mother, She comes in my room to ask me if whether or not I had any hair. I'm like, yeah, because at the time I was selling hair. So when I told her that I had hair, I told her how much it was. She was like, oh, her client didn't have it. So she was like, it's cool. I'll just take her to get it. So I'm like, what do you mean? This woman was in her 60s, still doing hair, right? I'm not saying nothing bad about her for still doing her hair in her 60s. But she had been doing hair since she was like 17, and she was about to go pick up her client and take her client to the beauty supply store, then bring her client back, do her hair, and then after she finished doing her hair, she had to take her back home. And she did $85 weaves. And it was at that moment I was like, you know what? This ain't it. Like, there's no way that with all of the knowledge I have, and I'm not trying to like exalt myself above nobody or nothing like that, but there's no way that this is all God has for me. Like, there's no way. It scared the living shit out of me. Like, think about it. Put yourself in my shoes. I'm 33 now, right? But this is 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm looking at a woman who's 62 years old. 62 years old. And I'm in my 20s. And this woman is about to go pick up her client, take her client to the beauty supply store, bring her back. Then when she gets there with her client, you would think that her client was like an older elderly woman. No, her client was young. Her client was younger than me. She was a dancer. She was about 23, 24. I said, no, like this can't be it. And so it was just really interesting though. Like I said, I didn't I'm not all into that world, but I'm subscribed to the Master Stylist channel, and she just posted it today, so I went to go look at it. And when I saw the comments, it was just so weird. It was just so weird how in one breath, if in one breath we like want to see each other win, but then in another breath we don't. It was just so weird. I don't know, but I don't even want to get into that. It just made me, I feel bad saying that it made me feel good, but it did. It made me feel good to know that I made the right decision as it pertains to the angle that I decided to take my career in. What you say, babe? This is not new. People been running out on the bill for luxury service, mostly Black women, sadly. Listen, you ain't never lied. If that client isn't ready, then the appointment should be canceled. Listen, I had multiple clients get like peep game. This is when I was doing hair, and I remember TT Does It All. She's so dope, so dope. I remember watching a video of TT Does It All. She just posted not too long ago telling a story. It was in her in one of her voiceovers where she was saying that somebody ran out on her, and it was literally the same thing that I experienced. Me and her in two completely different states. We've never actually met in person. She one of my social media friends, and I went through the same thing where, and this happened to me multiple times throughout my career, where I had a woman book a weave, and at the time I was selling bundles. She bought 5 of them, bought 5 of them and a closure, got them all installed. She had me color them from the dark color that they were to like a custom like low light highlight. It was on a real human's head, it would have been some bread. So her bill came out to be about $1,000 when you over $1,000 when it comes to color. The hair paying for the 5 bundles, mind you, the shortest bundle was like 22 inches. The shortest bundle was 22 inches, and she bought 5. Yeah, so imagine that. Plus coloring them blind, like platinum, dimensional, chocolate, caramel, low light, highlight, all of that, right? Plus the installation, plus layering, all of that. So it was some money. She paid everything with her credit card. When she got home, she filed a chargeback. Yes, she did. And at the time, at the time, that was around the time where we were selling virgin hair was new. So the hair that I had in stock, it was almost no profit unless somebody paid for it. So I took the biggest hit. Oh my god, I took the biggest hit with her taking all 5 of those bundles. And at the time, I didn't have things set up to a point where I was able to protect myself because I didn't know any better. Like, most of all of the stuff that's happening now is new. Like, when I first started doing hair, Instagram wasn't even a thing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was on Craigslist and eBay classifieds and all of that promoting our business. Facebook was around, but that was it. So all of this stuff that people are doing now is like super duper new. So before I keep talking, what do y'all think about it so far? For what I've been saying, because I'm just sitting here talking and I'm drinking water too. If I sound weird, but what do y'all think about it? I don't know. It's just weird because I don't want us to be like that, but at the same time, I feel bad saying this, so please don't take offense to it when I say this, but that's why I completely separate myself from it. Because it's almost like, it's unfortunate, but it's almost like to create something different, you have to take yourself out of it and go somewhere else. And that is where I feel like I've been. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm not going to stand behind the chair anymore doing hair like that. And don't get me wrong, I can be transparent and say that the actual art form, the actual craft, not booking appointments, not having a book schedule, not owe the money, none of that. Like, the actual art form of doing hair, I miss. Absolutely. But I'm able to show my creativity in another way, right? So it makes it so I'm cool with it. But my thing is this. I think that the problem is we don't have a baseline in our industry, and because we don't have a baseline, it's nothing but chaos. For example, you have so many different price points. You could go to one side of town and get a silk press for $35, and you go to another side of town and you're gonna pay $1,500 for a silk press. And there aren't any reasonings behind it. And I think because, I'm not gonna say why, I'm gonna leave it open for one of y'all to give y'all comments on it. But for whatever reason, and I don't know what it is, this isn't coming from a hairstylist perspective, so don't think that whatever your perspective is gonna offend me, because it's not, because I haven't been in the industry for over 5 years. So it don't even sound right me giving my opinion on it. I'm really asking, like, what is going on, like, in the hair industry? Like, be honest, y'all. Like, when y'all go into the hair salons, what do you see now? Like, are there no hairstylists that talk about the science of hair? Are there no hairstylists that book consultations? Are there no hairstylists that really want to know your scalp's profile? Like, I'm so serious. I'm not being a smart ass. This isn't me picking sides. Like, I'm on the sides of hairstylists. I don't have a side. I'm not looking at one side is right and one side is wrong. I'm just really trying to understand, like, what is going on, because it's just really weird. But that's the main reason why I said that my main point and my main objective was going to be focusing on the science of hair, right? Because there are so many things that we just don't know about our hair. Whenever you think about hairstyling, whenever you think about getting your hair done, it's a set specific thing that you're expecting to happen, right? And for example, let's talk about trims real quick. Excuse me. Anytime you go into a shop, and a hairstylist or a cosmetologist says something about a trim, you'll be like, oh my God, no, I don't want to get my hair cut. But in reality, whenever you go to a cosmetologist, like a real cosmetologist that's focused on the science of hair, when they looking at your hair and looking at your ends, they're not thinking, oh, I'm jealous of her, I want her to be bald. This is what I'm picturing in my head. Depending on what type of cosmetology school you went to, or depending on what type of professional cosmetologist you're going to, if you're going to a cosmetologist who really put the time in to keep learning after she graduated from cosmetology school, when she says that you need a trim, this is what she's picturing in her mind. We had to memorize, and this is not all cosmetologists, it depends on what school you went to or what education you have afterwards, right? But when a hairstylist says, oh, you need to get a trim to protect your ends, get a trim every 8 to 10 weeks, we're thinking about all of these different hair shaft disorders that come from split ends. All of the different hair shaft disorders that you're seeing in front of you right now, my loves, come from split ends. So when a hairstylist is like, oh, you need to get a trim, you need to get a trim, y'all, kill that. Let's kill that. We're not jealous of you. A cosmetologist isn't jealous. She doesn't want you to be bald. She understands hair shaft disorders. Like a lot of schools teach you about like scalp disorders, follicle disorders, and things of that nature. But as a cosmetologist, you learn about the hair shaft from the scalp, the inside of the follicle, down to the end. So the scalp infections are just as detrimental as the hair shaft infections. So that's why trims are enforced so much. Sorry about that, ice. Not because hairstylists just want you to be bald, right? Okay. No hairstylist talking about the science of hair. Really? So, okay, I have a question then. No, and listen, judgment free zone. We just having a conversation. I'm not judging you. You're not judging me. I'm just really trying to understand. How are you looking for hairstylists? How do you look for hairstylists? Because I was about to ask the question that was about to plant something. No, how do you look for hairstylists? When you go, the hairstylists that you're talking about, how did you find them? From beginning to end, how did you find them? If I was told the price of a service is $1,500, then I should be prepared to pay that. Yeah. I don't understand how people can pay $2,000 for an iPhone but expect a service for free. And this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, right? I think that the reason is because you match your value to a thing that has worthiness to you, right? Something that is worthy of the value that you're attaching to. The way that we show value with our society right now is with money, right? So depending on how worthy a product is, depending on how worthy a brand is, that is going to determine how you interact, how people interact with that brand, right? So most people, not most people, all people have in their mind, I'm going to use Apple for an example. Apple has proven how worthy they are to people. And because Apple has proven how worthy they are, it don't matter how much money Apple asks for something. If the marketing meets it, they're going to drop money. People will pay $2,500 for a phone that they won't see for 6 months. And they not going to rush. They ain't going to be saying nothing. They ain't filing no disputes, no nothing. But most people, I'm not going to say color, we know in this area that we're speaking of right now, most people do not attach they don't attach that level of worthiness to the black hair salon. They just don't. And to me, that's what it is. If the thing that you're supposed to be attaching value to isn't worthy of your value, then you're not gonna treat it that good. Just like the 7-day challenge. When I first started the 7-day challenge, it was free. And when I first started the 7-day challenge, it was free. And maybe about 5% of the people who signed up would actually even freaking start it. So then I charged for it. I charged $30 for it. And then about 15% of the people who started it would actually finish it. Then when the price went up to $100, about 70% of the people who started finish it. So you see where I'm going with it. If there's no value attached to it, if it doesn't cost you anything, or if it's not worthy to you, then it won't have value. And so that's why I retired from the hair industry, because even though I was booked up for 6 months in advance, it was still a level of worthiness that I felt like women, and my clientele was all races, but the majority of my clientele were black women, and black women were the only women that I had an issue with. So please don't be here like, don't attack black women. This is my experience. If y'all don't want to be a part of it, don't stop. But when my experience was like, okay, the value that is attached to me from this side of my clientele versus the value that's attached to me here is completely different. So I understood that my value was appreciated in the scientific realm of the hair industry versus the realm of the hair industry with me servicing clients. And even though, like, y'all, when I say I love hair, like the art of it, like, oh my God, like I freaking love it. My mom and dad, when they used to buy me Barbies, I used to cut their hair off and cry because I thought it was going to grow back. I never cared about Barbies like that. I've been in love with hair my entire life. So not doing hair really does hurt sometimes, but I have been able to replace it with something else because I just cannot trade in my peace for it. So it just wasn't worth it to me. But it really made me see something. So that's what I mean by your worthiness being attached. You learn about hair porosity from watching my videos. Ooh. I feel the professional cosmetologists got pushed out of the industry. You better say it. And the scammers took over. Not all people, of course. Listen, I have never agreed with a statement more in my life. I wouldn't say I got pushed out. To say somebody got pushed out is to, like, to me, if somebody pushed you out of something, it means that the way that the industry was going, like, it was causing me to lose money. I wasn't booked. No, I was booked up more than I had ever been. I was making more money than I had ever made in my life, period. Like, I had got my channel to the point where I was bringing in $20,000 every single month. Do you understand how much mental, like, anguish somebody has to be going through to walk away from $20,000 every month? Listen, one day if y'all want to see it, we'll do some screenshots. I don't care. Do you know how much stress somebody has to be going through to walk away from doing hair, and it makes me $20,000 a month? I did not have bills that equated to $20,000 a month. I didn't. Not to mention, the $20,000 didn't include brand deals. It didn't include the money that women were paying to get their hair done. I'm only talking about the money that I made off of posting videos on YouTube. That's it. That's all. So imagine the level of mental anguish that somebody has to be going through to be like, this is not worth it. And I think that's the part that people don't really understand, because And now everybody, now all of the women who all of the women who were like, you don't need to go to a hairstylist, do this, and all of the little methods, they all are going to hairstylists now, and none of them create that type of content anymore. They all go to professional cosmetologists now. But I need y'all to understand, even though it only seemed like a short amount of time, the Team Natural thing had been going on for about 9 years. By the time I walked away, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not about to keep growing my clients' hair back just for them to come back with scalp infections and all type of stuff, rice water, all types of stuff. My studio would smell like pickle juice and spoiled rice all day, because women would be sleeping in rice water, sleeping in apple cider vinegar, and coming with a stocking cap that still had rice water in it, like, for years. And I was like, you know what? I found another opportunity, and I was like, I think I'm gonna just go over here. So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. What do you think? That could be, I'm not negating it. That could be me getting pushed out of the industry, if that's what you want to call it. And I'm cool with it. It was literally one of the best things that ever happened to me. But I was done. Like, the stuff that y'all hear from me now, if y'all go back to my first videos, I'm not saying nothing different now that I was saying when I first started this channel. The only difference is y'all can see the hair weathering that I told y'all takes anywhere between 6 months to 20 years to set in, is finally setting in. The Team Natural community been going on, baby, for about the last 9 or 10 years. So now hair weathering is setting in. That's why all of these women, all of these Black women, have alopecia and different forms of alopecia and different hair shaft disorders at a rate that nobody's ever seen before. You know why? Everybody's getting hair weathering at the same time. Think about it. If hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 months to 12 years, 12, not 20, I'm sorry, to 12 years to set in, and the Team Natural community has been around for the last 9 to 10 years, and now everybody has all of these hair shaft and scalp disorders, you tell me. So at one point, professional cosmetologists got tired of fighting. Don't get mad at me when I say this. The reason that I asked you to tell me how you found the hairstylist that you was talking about is because I knew that this is the way that you found them. This is not how you find a cosmetologist. Let me explain something to you. There has never been a time throughout my career that anybody has been able to walk in and sit in my chair. It has never happened. From the first day that I walked into a hair salon to the last day that I was in one, there's never been a time anybody has been able to walk in a salon and sit in my chair. Never. That is your mistake. When you go looking for a doctor, do you just drive around and then just go straight into the first doctor that you see? Okay, cut on my body. No. You gonna shop around, you gonna take your time, and I'm not being rude, I'm not being disrespectful, but this is what I mean. You cannot compare like a hairstylist at the beginning of her career to a master cosmetologist at the top of theirs. No. If finding a hairstylist by word of mouth or by walking in, no. That's why most people cannot find good cosmetologists. I was not found by word of mouth or walking in. If I was found by word of mouth and somebody told them about me, it didn't matter. Everybody booked the same online. Everybody had to come in for a consultation first. I don't care if I do your mama's hair. I don't care if I do your hair and then you want me to do your little girl's hair. Even though I didn't do little girl's hair, the little girl would still have to book a consultation, pay a deposit, like online. Everything was the same. So you cannot compare a cosmetologist who cares about the science of your hair and a stylist that you can just walk in and sit in her chair, you cannot compare those two. You can't. That's not how you look for a hairstylist. You need to take the same time, patience, and diligence looking for a hairstylist as you do anything else. Like, you need to check reviews, look online, look at their work. Not only look at pictures from like one of their current clients, look for hairstylists that you see they have the same people that they posting over and over and over and over again. Look for stylists that are posting the same type of clients that do the same things that you are actually looking for. Don't shop for hairstylists based on by what you think is cute or who people are talking about the most. No, that's how you find a bad hairstylist. And I'm sorry if it's any hairstylist in here that takes offense to this, but if you're looking for a science-based hairstylist and you can just walk in, sit down, and get your hair done, yeah, that ain't really what you're looking for. I'm sorry. A hairstylist that's focused on the science of hair is not just letting you walk in and sit in her chair. It's not happening. I'm just being real. I feel that some would rather invest in wigs or wear weaves than their own personal hair. Oh, for sure. That's one of the main reasons that I decided to walk away from the hair industry, because the thing is, I know how to go where I'm needed, right? And at the time, 5 years ago, I was not needed in the hair industry. I just wasn't. What I was bringing to the hair industry, it wasn't it just wasn't what people wanted, and that's okay. That's okay. I had to go where people actually wanted to hear what I was talking about, and that is, like I said, that is okay. Right now I'm just going to be showing you guys a couple of different versions of split ends. Sorry, it's the garbage, guys. Sorry. Just so you guys can get idea of what they look like. And then I'm actually about to add a couple of other photos from the video that I did yesterday that I do want you guys to go over and watch, because it is about a hair shaft disorder. And there is, give me a 5 in the comments if you've heard of single strand knots, right? Give me a 5 if you've heard of single strand knots. Most people have heard of single strand knots for sure. Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to add these pictures. Most people have heard of single strand knots for sure. And the thing is, because we have so much confusion, and because I will say, the names like single strand knots and things like that are names that were put in place to make it easier for you guys to remember stuff. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for you guys to have these different names like single strand knots and all of these other things, but I think that where it becomes a problem, most of the time people can't determine the difference between the fads that are made up on social media and like actual real science, right? And the main thing, what I'm about to do right now, right? What I'm about to show you right now, this is something that I used to try to do with some of my clients, right? Now, don't get me wrong, not all of my clients were closed-minded, right? A lot of my clients were really, really open to hearing about the science of hair and things of that nature, right? A lot of my clients were. But a very, very large number of my clients were overtaken by Team Natural and everything. So this isn't saying nothing bad about nobody, but it is just really getting everybody to a place. Good. Okay, good. It's just really getting everybody to a place where we're able to see the forest for the trees. You know what I mean? So give me a 2 if you've heard about single strand knots. Really quick. Really quick. Give me a 2 if you've heard about single strand knots. Now, when I say that social media be making up stuff, I'm not saying it from a negative perspective, but do you see the one? Let me know, or type it in the chat. That's what we're going to do. Type it in the chat when you see the picture that resembles what social media calls single strand knots. Type the name of that disorder in the chat real quick. At least one person type out the name of the hair shaft disorder that most resembles single strand knots to you. Please do me a favor, type that in the chat. Somebody, give me at least one person. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. If you're just now coming in and if you're watching this on replay, what I need you to do is in the comments, go ahead and type in the hair shaft disorder that resembles single strand knots the most. Do that for me. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So the thing that gets everybody most of the time is whenever you see split ends or whenever your hair feels away, the first thing you want to run to is a product. But this and what I'm about to teach you now and what you are going to learn in the video that I posted last night, so go watch that as soon as we finish here. If you have not seen it, I'll leave it in the description box below. But you guys, you really need to take a screenshot. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to go ahead, take a screenshot, and when you take the screenshot, type done in the chat. And if you're watching this on replay, after you take the screenshot, type done in the comments. I don't care, come back, make new comments as much as you need to. Type done in the chat. Take a screenshot. I need all of y'all to be familiar with every hair shaft disorder that you see. Every hair shaft disorder that you see. I took the scroll thing off. Take a screenshot. I need you all to be familiar with every hair shaft disorder that you see. Take the screenshot, type done in the comments after you take it. The reason that I need y'all to all be familiar with every hair shaft disorder that you see is because I need you to understand that it does not matter what hair product you put on your hair. It will not fix any of these hair shaft disorders. And the buildup of hair products is what causes most of these hair shaft disorders to form in the first place. So the fact that hair products and improper maintenance can cause these hair shaft disorders, it makes no sense to think that a hair product can fix it. But I want you to pay attention to the one at the top row, right? The top row. I need you to pay attention to the top row. I'm sorry, the garbage man needs to move. Pay attention to the very top row, and then we're gonna head over to some more pictures. And this is the disorder that I'll talk about in the video that everybody needs to watch when we finish here. But what do you think these are? What do you think these are? Hold on. Which hair shaft disorder is this? Which hair shaft disorder is this? This is the human hair shaft under a microscope. This is the human hair shaft under a microscope. So when you are running your hands over your hair and you feel those little lumps and stuff, you adding products does not fix it. It puts a coating on top of it, and it makes the problem worse. Because if you already have a node right here, you already have a lump. This is the human hair shaft. If you already have a lump, you adding more weight to this hair that's already broken, do you think it's gonna make it stronger, or do you think it's gonna make it break? Not a rhetorical question. Do you think it would make it stronger, or do you think it would make it break? Again, this is the same disorder. What disorder do you think this is? That's why I told y'all to take screenshots, because y'all supposed to be able to see both. What hair shaft disorder is this? Not to mention, this is an extremely common hair shaft disorder. So look at this one. Now we about to go back up. Get a good look. You ready? I'm about to switch. Get a good look, because I want you to tell me what hair shaft disorder this is. You ready? Let me see. Done. Okay. All right. So, which hair shaft disorder is this? Which one does that look like? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Which hair shaft disorder is the picture that you just saw? Which one? Somebody let me know in the chat which hair disorder is that. Let me see, boo. Almost. So they're like one and the same. I'm gonna show you again. So we have this photo again. Sorry, it's taking me a little minute. This one. So you see how it's this side of the hair shaft, this side of the hair shaft, and then we meeting in the middle, right? So look at this again. Okay. One side in, the one that's hitting the root, and then the split and the node in the middle. All right. Let's go back up. So look, you see how we, right here, top left. We have it coming from the bottom and the top, and it's meeting in the middle. So this one right here, and the one on the side of it that you brought up, it has less fibers, but this one is more fibrous. So nodosa is like the same one, but one has more of a fibrous texture than the other one does, right? So this is whenever I'm talking about hair care products, they're so ghetto with this trash. Whenever I'm talking about like hair products and stuff and overload in the scalp, this is why there are different hair shaft disorders that end up leading, right? Yes, this one right here. Yes. There are different hair shaft disorders that end up leading to different types of hair shaft disorders. Peak game. Whenever you are in the early stages of your hair growth cycle, right, which is like the androgenetic alopecia, whenever you're at the beginning stages, your hair is slowly deteriorating. So there is a process in which you can keep your hair from going bad. But what happens is when you start to feel your hair thinning out, you panic and you add more product, which then in return speeds up the process. The more products you're adding to the scalp, the more things that you're putting on your hair to try to slow down the process from the outside, the more you speed up balding and thinning. And a lot of people aren't going to like what I have to say, but they're not going to stop y'all from doing it. You know why? When you go bald, they make more money. The faster you go bald, the faster they make money. It's true. because it's more expensive. A hair transplant is more expensive. Like the more intricate your dilemma is, the more money people can make off of you. So no, nobody's gonna stop you from doing things that cause your follicles to die. Because if they tell you, oh, all you have to do is use this a shampoo and a conditioner, then nobody makes money because all you need is the basics. So then where goes this $1 billion industry? Where is it? If all y'all need are very, very basic products and you don't need rice nipple juice and pickle juice and all of this different stuff, if all you need is the basics, right? So this is why I'm always so focused on the actual makeup of the human scalp. We're always trying to argue about stuff like, no, if you at this point, I feel like we all grown and everybody has to make a choice. Which side of the fence are you standing on? Are you standing on the side of the fence of the girls that want to argue and yell over the fence? You ain't a real black girl unless you wear your hair like this. Or are you on the fence of, as a human being, I want to have healthy hair, whether that's long healthy hair, whether that's relaxed healthy hair, whether that's natural healthy hair, whatever that may be. What side of the fence do I stand on? And I feel like if everybody can get to that point where they're just focused on the health of their hair, then everything makes a difference, right? So I want y'all to pay attention to this. There are two things that go into what makes your hair curly, right? The size of your follicle and the amount of the sulfur linkages you have within the cortex of the hair shaft, right? But right now we're going to talk about the thing that is affected by genetics. So when we are talking about the size of the follicle, normally people who have more of an Asian descent have perfectly round cuticles, right? A perfectly round cuticle. And this makes it so the hair shaft comes straight up out of the follicle, not the cuticle, I'm sorry, out of the follicle. It comes straight out of the follicle, no bends, no nothing. That's why hair is bone straight, right? But then the further you go down the line, it'll go wavy. This is different races, right? We're talking a whole bunch of different races, a whole bunch of different ethnic backgrounds. We start to go from straight to different levels of wavy hair. The only difference is the different going from straight to wavy. Ain't nobody make up numbers and letters. Anyway, but then once you get to wavy hair, there is also different levels, and then there's a certain level of wavy hair that's so wavy that now it is curly hair. Wavy hair has a more oval shaped cuticle follicle. I keep saying cuticle, a more oval shaped follicle. So when it's oval shaped, there's a slight bend in it because the follicle is slightly oval. So there's a slight wave like bend, thus the term wavy hair. And then the curlier your hair is, scientists saw that the curly people with curly hair had tighter follicles. So the tighter your follicle is, the curlier the hair is, right? So that is the breakdown. That's what makes us different. But can you, before I say it, can somebody point out one similarity that everybody has across the board for straight hair, wavy hair, and curly hair? Can at least one person type in the chat what is one similarity that everybody has? Even if you're watching this on replay, give me one similarity in this photo that you see every size follicle. So every race, every person, what is one similarity everybody has? Just give me one. There are multiples, but give me one. Give me one. Now, as I'm waiting for somebody to point out that one similarity, I want everybody to realize that as you are looking at the natural way that hair is coming out, understand everything's the same at the bottom. This illustration of this picture doesn't necessarily have it, but at the bottom, right at the very, very bottom of this bulb is what would be connected to your actual blood supply. That's what will be connected to your actual blood supply. So from that perspective, right? From that perspective, it would be safe to say that everybody's exactly the same. I want you to notice how this little duct, this little yellow duct here at the bottom, all three have. This is the sebaceous gland. This little yellow, like jelly bean, like little bubble that's here is the sebaceous gland. Look at the placement of the sebaceous gland. The sebaceous gland looks the same on all three textures of hair. It is exactly the same on all three textures of hair. The placement is exactly the same on all three textures of hair. That is the sebaceous gland. The sebaceous gland is the gland within your hair, within your scalp, that produces sebum. It literally almost has no other purpose but to produce sebum, and your sweat gland is slightly next to it. And that oil the sebaceous gland produces sebum along with an acid that removes and cleans excess sebum and excess bacteria that is on the scalp. But if it is allowed to overrun, it can turn into a very, very strong bacteria that is attracted to sebum. So guess what that bacteria does? That bacteria goes back into the hair follicle and causes inflammation. That's why so many Black women have inflammation, because the Team Natural community told you not to shampoo your hair because it strips your natural oils. I want y'all to think about the stuff that y'all say. Look at this picture. The sebaceous gland is always there. You have sebaceous glands over your entire body. When you get up in the morning and take a shower, yes, it's musk. Yes, that's one of the smells, but it's also the smell of oil. You know how people will be like, oh, when you sometimes white people smell like wet dogs. Y'all, that's not me. I'm just saying what people will say. It's a really ignorant statement when you really think about it, because what you're smelling is sebum. Your dog is covered in sebum. The reason that people are like, oh, that smells like a wet dog, is because a person who has naturally wavy hair or naturally straight hair is combing their hair every day, and their hair is covered in sebum from the scalp to the ends. So when they get it wet, it smells the same way that a dog who's covered in sebum smells when they get wet. It's the same thing. It's the sebum. And it comes out of everybody's scalp the same, no matter what the race is. So when they told you like, oh, you can't shampoo your hair because it removes your natural oils, there is sebum coming out of your scalp every second of every day. Just like when you get up in the morning, if you have oily skin like me, you have oil all over your face. Guess what? There is no space between your forehead and your scalp. If you have your hair, if you go part your hair down the middle, there's the skin, there's no difference in skin from your forehead to your scalp. The same sebaceous glands that are on your face are on your scalp. The only difference is you're not covering your face in blue magic every day. That's the only difference. All right. So those are the things that I want us to really, really, really think about. Hey, and you're not late. It's like spur of the moment type stuff. I just saw that video about the lady running out on the bill. And y'all, listen, sometimes it's really hard for me to say because I don't know how to say it without sounding offensive. But that's why I just removed myself from the hair industry, because it's a whole conversation that I just don't even want to be a part of, right? The only reason I'm bringing it up in this, because I just wanted to give y'all an example, an illustration of like, I can't, do y'all understand how irritating it is to be worried about somebody running out on their bill when you didn't stood there doing all of this work and all you want to do is teach or whatever? I don't know. All right, so This is the same disorder that we were just talking about, right? But this is a picture under an electron microscope. So this is what your hair shaft looks like. Peep game. You know how they like, oh, use this product, oh, slip. And then people will go to a hair salon, get a shampoo, like, because this is the thing. When I was standing behind a chair doing the whole Team Natural days and stuff, and people would come in, the first thing I did when somebody sits in my chair is do a detox. I'm not touching anybody's head until after I do a full scalp and hair shaft detox. That was first time client. It was a non-negotiable. And the way that I did stuff, like I was one of the first hairstylists to do like online booking. Like it was a whole interview people had to go through to sit in my chair basically. But that was so I would avoid situations like this. But anyway, I would let them know that if they wanted to get a silk press, that I need to do a complete scalp and hair shaft detox because of the whole Team Natural thing. I was very blunt and very straightforward. And we would have a consultation before they came in so I could assess their hair and tell them in advance, like, hey, I know it looks to you like your hair is healthy, but I see a lot of rips. I see a lot of tears. I see a lot of splits. Because remember, at this point, I was already a trichologist. But my clients didn't care nothing about that. There wasn't nobody, they didn't care. But at this point, I already had the capabilities to look at their hair under an electron microscope so I could see how broken their hair was before. But they had been doing the lock method. There were so many different layers of hair products on top of the hair shaft that they thought their hair was healthy. So then we would have our consultation. I've spelled all of that out. I was very detailed because people can't wait to try to sue somebody for some stupid stuff that they didn't did. So I had all of my T's crossed, all of my I's dotted. She understood what she was getting into. I showed her the pictures. This is not the photo of her hair, but her photo looked a lot like this. So after she ended up seeing that photo, she understood they would still sign everything. And then once she ended up booking, we do a detox. The detox is so I could remove all of those other layers of product that was making her feel like her hair shaft looks like this, because this is an actual healthy hair shaft. But a lot of times people's hair shaft in reality looks like this. But after you put layers and layers and layers of products, like look at this hair shaft, right? Look at the slenderest part of the hair shaft, right? And then you can see the top, so you can see how much the hair shaft has been ate away. And this picture per se, this is an illustration of an eroded hair shaft that is being eroded. The cuticle is slowly being eaten away down to the cortex from highly acidic products. And I bet money you can guess which one is very common. It's an acid, pure acid. Leave it in the comments when you figure it out. But most people, the Team Natural, they teach you layer all of these products on. Y'all hair shaft in reality really looks like this. But after you put 30 million layers of products on it, it feels you are under the impression that you have a healthy hair shaft. This is a healthy hair shaft. It has a couple of, pieces of product buildup, but this is a healthy hair shaft. And most of y'all are under the illusion that your hair shaft looks like this, but under all of that product, it really looks like this. So then you go into a hair salon and you get a full detox before they do your hair, and you think your hair shaft looks like this, but then after they remove the product, they reveal this. And this is why you'll see people who their hair is really, really thick at the top, but the longer it goes down to the bottom, it's thinner and thinner. Look at this hair shaft. It's thicker at the top and it's tapering down, getting smaller and smaller towards the bottom. And as you can see, this is just going to keep breaking and chipping off. Look at the very, very top of this picture. At the very top of the picture, the hair shaft is still trying to be whole. Like this one. Look at this. This is a hair shaft that is complete and not cracked. This is one that's cracked. Look at the very top. The very top still resembles this photo. right? But it's split, so it's going to keep splitting up the ends. Do you see this crack, this split right here? When a hairstylist and a cosmetologist say get a trim every 8 to 10 weeks, they're trying to prevent this. This is what I see in my mind when I say cut your hair, get a trim every 8 to 10 weeks. I'm not thinking, oh, I'm jealous of you, I don't want your hair to grow. There are possibly hairstylists and cosmetologists out there like that. There possibly are. But the ones that I know are not thinking that. When I say you need a trim every 8 to 10 weeks, I'm saying this is what I see. I do not see hair the way that the majority of the world sees hair. When I see your hair, I am picturing this in my mind's eye. So when you say, oh, I'm going to just cut a little bit at a time, imagine, okay, you see everywhere that is shorter, right? Everywhere that is really slender. Some people will be like, okay, let's just cut right there. But do you see that split? That split, do y'all understand that split? Any movement is going to make that crack go all the way up the hair shaft. That's it, and that's all. That's all hairstylists, cosmetologists, anybody is ever trying to say. That is it, and that is all. I promise you that. I can promise you that. Yep, you got it. You got it. But it's so unfortunate because when you learn this stuff, I remember when I first learned it and learned it when I first learned it, when I first discovered it, when I first learned of the chemical makeup and the botanical makeup of apple cider vinegar. Don't get me wrong, I love apple cider vinegar. It's amazing for you, for your body on the internal level. But on your hair, it's acid. This is one of the long-term effects of apple cider vinegar on the human hair shaft. Yeah, guys. Yeah. So it would be frustrating before, like, to try to tell people that and have people like arguing. It's like, what are we talking about? This is what I mean. When we are constantly doing wash and goes, like, it was this one woman, and I know she's new to my channel. So she probably like, why she sounded like that? That was rude. I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to, but I hate wash and goes with a passion for this reason. When you wet your hair and just walk outside and just let it dry with products and stuff on it, you are literally eroding your hair slowly. So it's frustrating to see so many women so like gun-ho about wash and go. And I understand, like, it makes you feel pretty because your curls are pretty and all of that, but yeah. This is some more of the long-term effects of this hair shaft disorder. Most people don't understand that hair shaft disorders turn into follicle disorders because once something splits all the way up the hair shaft, it has nowhere else to go but to the follicle. Excuse me. So once this splits all the way up the hair shaft, it's going to split inside of the hair follicle until it causes follicle death. It's another reason why I'm always telling people don't grease the scalp. Don't pack the scalp full of butters and oils. Don't pack the scalp full of butters and oils because your follicles are not supposed to be filled with things. Your follicles have their own sac that releases sebum and pushes bacteria out and off the scalp. And literally the only thing that you're supposed to do is make sure that you don't have a buildup of bacteria and oil on the scalp. That is your only job. That's your job. And you're supposed to figure out how to get the sebum from your roots to your ends. And I'm sorry, walking around with wet hair all day ain't it. Walking around with hair that has multiple layers of hair products on it, it's not it. It's not. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna leave, but I want to take some questions from you guys. Ask me anything. I'm just making sure I got through every slide that I wanted to show y'all today. I also want you guys to take a screenshot of this photo, and I want you to look at this every time you think about greasing your scalp. Please stop greasing your scalp. Oh my God. Like, your follicles do not need to be full. What are you doing? I want you to see hair growth progressively as you lose hair. Hair weathering is weathering of the hair shaft per se, but once the hair shaft weathers on the top layer, once it goes down within the cuticle, it slowly begins to kill follicles off, causing your hair to thin out a little bit at a time, which would resemble this. So I really, really hope like this is making sense, y'all. Like, and this is what it looks like when hair splits from the ends up into the follicle. It starts to come out. It starts to come out. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. All right. It's something that I want everybody to really, really pay attention to. And this is a hair shaft disorder that affects a lot of different people from all races. Like, everything that you see is not single strand knots. There are other hair shaft disorders. Everything is not single strand knots, but single strand knots is a hair shaft disorder that cannot be fixed by using another hair product. Here is another photo, same exact hair shaft disorder. And so many people, like, you look at YouTube videos and you see like, oh, alopecia or traction alopecia, and as soon as anybody has a thin spot, you automatically like, oh, you got alopecia. No, this is not alopecia. What you're looking at is not alopecia. This is a hair shaft disorder that she has that's caused her hair to thin out and fall out on the sides. It is not alopecia, because if it was alopecia, she would have follicle death. And as you can see, her follicles are all alive. But you see the longer pieces and then the shorter pieces that are breaking off on the sides. Yeah. This is a better photo of what this hair shaft disorder that I talk about in the video that you guys have to go watch if you haven't seen already. This is what this hair shaft disorder looks like up close and personal, right, under an electron microscope. So can you imagine if you put 3 layers of hair products on top of a hair shaft that looks like this? All of those nodes, all of those bumps would feel really good, wouldn't they? And they would almost be non-existent. It would almost seem like the nodes were not there by you layering products on top of them. Here is another photo. As you can see, there are so many differences in the weight as it pertains, the width of the hair shaft going from top to bottom and from bottom to top. But if you can imagine, if you put 3 layers of products on, it would fill that gap in the middle, making it not feel so broken. Same thing here, right? 3 layers of products would be like glue holding these torn fibers together, especially if you're only co-washing. Listen, y'all have been getting played by tactics, and y'all think it's like, oh, don't co-wash, don't wash it off. The reason they're telling you not to wash it off is because if you wash it off, you'll see that it didn't really help your hair. It actually made it worse. So they sell y'all co-washing conditioners so y'all don't wash the layers of products that they've tricked you into putting on in the first place. That's why as soon as you go to a cosmetologist, you sit in her chair, the first thing a cosmetologist is going to do is a scalp and a hair shaft detox if she a good one. And the first thing that's going to happen is all of these band-aids that you put on are going to fall out in my sink. And then we're going to be left with what your hair actually looks like. And this is why most of the time the hairstylists are the ones blamed for all of the different issues and a lot of the different problems that people have as it pertains to their hair. But in reality, it's not the hairstylist. Like if we just keep it a book, and I don't want this to be my opinion. I really want to hear from y'all. Like, what do y'all think? These are real hair shaft disorders. A is a healthy hair shaft. B, C, D, all of these. So the picture that I just showed y'all with the illustration, I'm gonna go back. Hold on. This picture that y'all are looking at right now is a compilation of all of the hair shaft disorders that I had y'all take a screenshot of. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to it in a second. Y'all know I'm a visual person, so I gotta show y'all pictures when I'm teaching y'all. But this is a visual representation of this. So this is just a picture. This is a picture, right? And obviously it's not every single one. But here is the illustration, right? This is an illustration, a nice little cute little picture, which could have added colors of this. But this is hair for real. So you see F, everybody take a screenshot. Take a screenshot for me. Take a screenshot for me. F is real single strand knots. That's what a single strand knot is. Please explain to me how you putting a hair product on that is gonna fix anything. It's not a rhetorical question. I'm for real. D is the video that I need y'all to go watch after this. D is the one that we were talking about before. Please let me know in the comments when you see it, if it's adding up for you. Let me know if it's adding up for you. Hey, baby. This is how it goes as it pertains to hair shaft disorders. These are the different hair shaft disorders that you guys have given yourselves over years of product after product after product. Listen, products are not to be played with. When y'all ask me like, oh, Sia, what do you think about this product? What do you think? I don't think nothing about them because I'm not trying no new products, because the ones that I have work great. But as you constantly try new products, as you're constantly doing these quote unquote, I'm doing the quotation marks with my hands, protective styles, as we're doing these protective styles, these are the things that are happening underneath, right? So I really, really want everybody to get to a place where they can really have a set routine, a set pattern, where you can really get in a place where you understand like, okay, I'm not going to play around in my hair and just be constantly trying a new product just because it came out or just because my favorite celebrity started a new product line. Like, even if you want to go try a new product line because a celebrity started it, make sure that it checks all of the boxes, right? Make sure that it fits what you need, and make sure that if the product that you are currently using is okay, don't switch off. Like, for even me, if you're online, right? And let's say, for example, you a hairstylist or you are a professional and you've been using another bond reconstructor that's like OLAPLEX but not OLAPLEX, girl, or boy, if it's working for you, don't you go get no OLAPLEX because I told you to. If the bond constructor that you've been working with has been doing you good, what are you changing for just because I said something? No. If I'm telling you to go get some OLAPLEX, I'm talking to people who don't have a favorite bond reconstructor already. If you already have a favorite, baby, stay loyal to your soil. Don't go buy nothing new just because I tell you to. That's not what I'm trying to do. Like, for real. I just want you to learn about the products that you're buying. I want you to learn, like, okay, this is what I need to do from wash day to wash day. What tools do I need? Okay, I already have this. Like, a lot of times with my one-on-one consultations, I'm never like, okay, go get this product, go get this product. No, I always ask my clients during our one-on-ones, we'll be live, and I'll tell them it's good. Don't worry about the time. Go get all of the products that you have. Show me what you got. And then we make a plan for the products that they already have in their house. because products don't matter. They do not hold as much value and weight as people try to attach to them. Anybody who's ever booked a one-on-one consultation with me, I just had one yesterday. I said, go ahead, go get what you got. Whatever you got, that's what we using. The only time that we're not using something that they got is if it's something dusty. Like if it's some VO5, we not using that. Other than that, listen, most of y'all got every product ever made anyway in your living room. So those are the things that I want everybody to really, really think about. Again, let me know, give me a 2 if you already got a screenshot of this. I really want you guys to see exactly what everything is. And the thing is, yes, I talk about OLAPLEX a lot, but listen, certain products I just love. I do. When we're talking about clarifiers, excuse me, the only other clarifying shampoo that I like is by Kimra, and I love their clarifying shampoo. It tastes like, oh my god, I never tasted it. I swear I never tasted it. Oh my god, but it smells like grapefruit, just like grapefruit. Kimra has an amazing one, but I love me some OLAPLEX. OLAPLEX is detox. Lord, I can't talk. OLAPLEX's clarifier and detoxifying shampoo is amazing for me because even though Kimra's is bomb, right? Bomb, it has OLAPLEX's molecule in it. So it is not just a shampoo, a regular shampoo. It's an actual molecule. It goes deep into the hair's follicle, deep within the hair's cuticle to remove everything that's not supposed to be there. And it replaces it with that OLAPLEX molecule. That is something that I love about it. And that's the main reason, if anybody is like starting from the Team Natural and moving away from it, obviously the first thing you have to do is a skin detox and a scalp detox. And I remember I had somebody make a comment like, oh, she keep talking about it. Listen, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. You know why? The majority of the women who was calling me out of my name and talking to me crazy are booking one-on-one consultations with me, apologizing and saying, all right, I'm listening now. Tell me what to do. I have this form of dermatitis in my scalp. I have this form of dermatitis in my scalp. Saying, what do I do? And I have no problem helping. So I'm never going to stop saying what I'm saying. I'm never going to stop saying what I'm saying. You know why? My daughter is getting older. And as my daughter is getting older, I realize that one day my daughter will be this set of women trying to figure stuff out. And I'll be damned if my daughter is sitting down putting rice nipple juice in her hair. No, I'm doing the work now. And I don't care who feels the way about nothing. I'm laying stones now. So, hey, it is what it is. I need y'all to know who y'all are. I need you to know that you have the ability to grow your hair back from damage. This is one person from my 7-day challenge, before and after. Like, before and after. You can grow your hair back. You can fix your hair from damage. Like there's nothing for you to be worried about. There's nothing for you to be stressed about. If your hair falls out, guess what? As your hair has fallen out, there's already hair that is ready to come out of the hair follicle right behind it. But if you're constantly greasing your scalp trying to grow your hair back, that hair that wants to come out can never come out. That's why it seems like your hair isn't growing. That's why it seems like Black women's hair grows slower than everybody else's, because the follicles are always blocked. I know there are a lot of Black women who are gonna be like, oh, my grandma been greasing our scalp for years, and we listen, stop. You know why? Because your grandma and your aunties are all booking one-on-one consultations with me. On God, the majority of my clients are in their late 50s, early 60s, some in their 70s. So miss me with my grandma been, your grandma booking me. Your grandma booking one-on-one consultations with me because her hair is starting to fall out. And when we get down to your grandmother or your aunties or your mama's patterns long term, her patterns have been greasing her scalp with Blue Magic, using pink oil moisturizer, and all of this stuff has worked. And then one day, their hair just started falling out in clumps and they didn't know why. And then when I sit down and I trace everything out and we get them a brand new plan and I detox their scalp, and then they get a brand new regimen, throwing out their Blue Magic, throwing out their pink oil moisturizer, throwing out their petroleum-based products, stopping them from oiling their scalp, all of their hair growing back in their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s. Yeah. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm never going to change it. You can go to my website and look at my reviews. The same women that I'm talking about write reviews saying what I just said, word for word, verbatim. I had a client who was trying to get pregnant in her 50s, hair falling out in her 50s. We got her a new regimen, brand new diet. She will be having her baby in 4 months and her spot is filled in. I know what I'm talking about. Period. Like I know what I'm talking about. Where can you get it? I will leave a link in the description box below. You can get OLAPLEX 4C just on OLAPLEX's website, but if you use my link and then my code, which I'm gonna leave in the description box when we get off of here, or if you go to the description of my very last video posted, it's there. But once you add my code, as long as you spend a minimum of $35, you get some free stuff and you get like 10% or 15% off your first order. Check the link in the description box when I add it, and then look at the description box of yesterday's video and all the details in there, because I probably said that wrong. What heat protection products are best? I'm not going to use the phrase that they're the best, because an ingredient is an ingredient, girl. Everybody using the same damn ingredients, okay? But I will leave you my Amazon list, my link to my Amazon store. Sorry, I'm reading some. I'll leave you the link to my Amazon store, and then you can go look through my Amazon store, and all of my info for my favorite stuff is in there, boo. Amen to that, Sia. I'm just saying, like, boo, boo, I already talked about you already, in a good way, of course, at the very beginning. So this whole party got started because sis had posted her video, and my post notifications are on. They're on, Keisha. Okay. So when I watched your video of oh girl, I'm like, what? It confused me, because I'm like, is somebody really playing with Razor Chick of Atlanta? Like, I don't know her, but she been Razor Chick of Atlanta for a minute. She was getting money before I stopped doing hair, and I stopped doing hair like over 4 years ago. So I'm like, what? So when you made the post, I was like, this is the perfect topic or the perfect thing to lead into what I was about to say, because I'll have so many people like, oh, you're so talented, why don't you do hair anymore, or this and that. And it's just like, don't get me wrong, I still love hair. I love the art form. I love the craft. I know you know what I mean. It's like, oh, it's like breathing. It's art. It's literally the equivalent to for me at least, it's literally the equivalent to like when you see a painter painting something, like it's art for me. But it got so separate from that. Like, I'm from Detroit. I don't play with other people's kids. I don't argue. I don't go back and forth. I don't do that. Like, I don't. And when I first entered the hair industry, I was young. I was like 18. So I had more patience. Girl, I done got my uterus cut open twice. Not once, but twice. Okay, my daughter about to be 12, my son about to be 11. I don't play with other people's kids. So that's why I was like, you know what? I don't have any more Vegas Cynthia left. Like, that's what I used to tell my husband. Like, when I go to work, I just bring Vegas in out. Like, hi guys. And it got to a point where like I don't have any Vegas Cynthia left, to the point it seemed like and this is naive now that I think about it now. I used to think that the more popular I got, the higher I went in the industry, the less women would try me. Because I was so popular, or because people knew me, or because I was so booked in advance, it would be like, oh my God, yeah, she here, Beyonce. We ain't gonna be rude. But it was the opposite. I was like, okay. And not everybody, 100%. It wasn't everybody. And I think I make it sound like it was the majority of people, and it wasn't. But I'm a Cancer, and a mountain is probably, what I'm making out to be a mountain is probably a little itty bitty little salt hill. It is, but it's like, if you're doing 10 people in a day and your first client is rude and disrespectful or whatever, it ruins the rest of your day. So it's just, only other professionals are going to understand what I'm saying. Like, I feel like nobody else other than somebody who does this is going to understand where I'm coming from. Whereas the chick is a good stylist. She got into hair loss and it changed for her, but sis used to shake tables. Yep. I took 2 of her classes in the past. That's what and that's what's crazy to me though. When you think about it, think about it. She started just freaking out shortcuts. And I look real quick. Let me give you some flowers real quick. The master stylist. Listen. I was good at shortcuts too. I'm good at shortcuts too. Listen, you the shortcut killer for real. Razor chick, she cool. But baby, you with them clippers and them shears, girl, and them little girl. Tell them to play with their mama, not Keisha. Okay? But anyway, it's just so crazy to me that she could be with almost no opposition when she only doing for her, right? When she only doing for her, but then when she gets into hair loss and into doing things that nobody else really, I don't want to say nobody else on this planet can do, but that nobody on this planet has stepped into, that's when she started getting problems. It's crazy to me. And I think the thing that is the craziest to me about it is the same women who run out on the bill be the same women at church. Take me to the King. Lord, what's going on with the Black community? Why they keep coming down on us? It's like, my God, my Nigel. I've been trying to, instead of saying my nigga, I've been trying to say Nigel instead of the N-word. My Nigel. Really, Nigel? Come on, Nigel. Like this, what's really going on, Nigel? What's going on? Once you're over it, you're just over it. Yes, I was over it. I already told y'all the story. The one time that I had to go to my kids' they had a play at school, and she was supposed to be, I was taking one client that day. The one. Uno. Un client. Yes, I was taking eins client. That is German. Eins client. And she was an hour and a half late, and I had to pick up my kids. When I told her that I wasn't doing her hair, she was standing in front of me crying, yeah, can your husband get your kids? Can he get them? And I was irritated. I felt threatened. I'm 5 feet even. She had to be about 9 feet tall. Listen, no. Till I left. Play with your mama. Don't play with me. Tell them to play with their mama. You're welcome, baby. I think that that's the only thing that is gonna make it so women stop doing that. Like, I had that happen to me multiple times. Not more than I could count on one hand, because that's when I start putting like serious like rules and all of that stuff, and got more serious with my online booking. But yeah, like, people really do that. Like, even now with me selling tea, don't get me wrong, like, selling teas, oh my god, it's like, the apothecary is amazing. But sometimes you guys will see I won't do promo on YouTube for my teas a lot, because I don't necessarily want it to go viral in the wrong way. I don't want those type of women buying teas from me. Because on the video that I had that did go viral, for the blue tea, it did attract a couple of Shaquisha in them. Tatalicious and Tatalabria in them. And I remember it was this one day, a lady ordered $150 worth of teas and then filed a chargeback once she got it, saying that she don't remember the charge. But listen, I've been there, done that. Hey, doing hair was phase 1. This is phase 2. So we was already ready, and we were able to beat the chargeback, showing like. And then not only that, what was tripping me out, it made me so upset because I'm going so hard on shipping now, seeing that I'm packaging everything myself, I'm sourcing the herbs myself, I'm doing everything, labeling it, sealing the bags up, heat and seal, like everything myself. So I know that I'm not half-assing. So and I'm packing these orders myself. Me and my husband and my mama are packing these orders by hand. I am not no big, huge corporation right now. So when she filed the dispute, I'm just like, what in the hell? And you can feel the energy, like the type of energy of where it came from. But because I'm mentally prepared for that, and I'm not gonna lie, my husband mentally prepared. He like, babe, you are the queen of quitting some shit. Let me tell you something. Hey, ever since I stopped doing hair, I refuse to stay in places where I'm not comfortable. I will end some shit in a minute. Do you hear me? In a minute. Okay? So my husband gave me this long drawn out, like, no, you're not gonna end it. When you get anything like that, I got it. So my husband handles all of that, so I never see it. I'm like the creative side and all of that, but it's really unfortunate. And I feel like if more people start taking their business seriously and start really going after people that steal from them, then it'll be different. Because you, regardless of whether or not you think her prices are too expensive or not, you know what you're signing up for before you walk in. And if somebody does your hair and then you walk away and you don't pay them money, that is the same thing as you stealing something out of the store. So why do you deserve to go to jail for stealing something from Walmart, but you don't deserve to go to jail for stealing something from your own sister? Power to the people, remember? No? Okay. But yeah, that is one of the main reasons I was like, I was gonna go live tomorrow and then try to rush and edit this video for today, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do the opposite, because I really wanted to know what y'all thought about that. Like, I know that, and I honestly, don't get mad at me, but I feel like most of y'all being fake on here right now because y'all love me and y'all want me to talk shit. But I'm not gonna say nothing today. I feel like the majority of y'all are on the side. I feel like the majority of y'all are not on hairstylist side, because I feel like the majority of women don't like hairstylists. And it's okay. Like, I just want y'all to be real. And I don't, maybe because it's Saturday, maybe y'all trying to be cute, maybe y'all putting on makeup or stuff, so y'all not gonna be real. But I feel like y'all not being real because y'all trying to be nice today. Because I don't know, it's just weird. Like, the comments I saw in that post, I know all of y'all are not on the hairstylist side. Okay, I know y'all are
not on the hairstylist side. I feel like y'all all been a little fake. Like y'all all been a little y'all all a little funny. I'm just saying. Cause them comments is interesting. It's really interesting to see like how how everybody thinks about stuff. And I'm not, like I said, I'm detached from that. That's why it makes me feel so good when I see like the master stylist. That's why every time I get a chance, anytime I use any of her products, I make sure I put in the videos and put the links in the description box, because it may look easy, but it's so hard to have your own individuality, or to stand your ground, or to just simply stay in your own lane. It's like, even when you just try to be just another person in the industry, it's like people want to pin you against each other, and like everything has to turn into an argument, everything has to turn into a debate with us. Like it's sad, because I've never worked in black hair salons. I've always worked in like studio salons and solo salons, where I'm one of the only black girls there. And the things that I see on social media, even though I did hair for over a decade, I've never experienced, because the cattiness is something that only happens in salons where it's majority black people. And I'm just being real, because in other salons it's not like that. Like, I remember it was this one chick, I'm not gonna say her name, she was a white chick from Africa, okay, born and raised. She had a big salon in the corner, and her salon, me and her rooms were the same size. I had a larger double, she had a larger double, but she had three girls that worked in there with her. They all had a full clientele. Nobody walked in paying less than $1,500. Nobody walked out tipping less than 200-300. I never heard one time anybody complain about their money, the money that they paid them. Never. They were so happy, so peaceful. There was no drama. There was no cattiness among stylists. They weren't beefing with each other. They weren't in competition. They were helping each other out. If one, like, they would all be doing hair, right? They would all be doing color. If one girl finished her client before the other one, and the other client needed help, the other stylist needed help putting foils in, she would help her put foils in, and you wouldn't hear her later on talking about her to another stylist about how she helped her to put foils in, but she didn't tip her, or she didn't give her no money. It's just stuff that it just doesn't happen. These are things I've never experienced. So it's like, to see it online is crazy. That's why I raised, oh, y'all not gonna like it when I say this. That's why I raised my prices, because when I raised my prices, certain women didn't book me. I'm so sorry if that's offensive to y'all. Certain women didn't book me. I didn't have women like that. So it's so crazy that there's literally, it got to a point where I walked away, because I'm like, I don't want to be going through this. Like she is in her 50s. Who the fuck wants to be going through that? And then the girl that did it looked like she in her early 20s. What woman in her freaking 50s want to be going back and forth and arguing with some 20-year-old girl about her money? Like, no, I can't do it. I used to be a kitchen stylist. Laugh out loud. I understand this said fuck hair after so long. Listen, no. Why was I so much? What? So, for one, her prices are her prices, right? Her prices are her prices. But for two, women walk in her shop skin bald, and walk out with a hairstyle that nobody else that they know can do. She does something to her hair that she, no matter how hard she tried, even if the same woman who paid her $1,000, if she went and got every tool that woman who was charging her had, she still couldn't produce what she did. And I know you don't mean it like that, but no, like no other race says that. Only we say that. Okay, for example, I worked at solar salons for years. There was a white chick across the hall from me. I'm not gonna say her name. Loved her to pieces. Her clients for single process hair color. Listen to me. Mind you, hold on. For single peep game. For single process hair color. Single process hair color means all they doing is putting one color on and washing it out and then styling it. That's single process. Not to mention a style is extra. So the price that I am about to say is literally the girl walking in. Is for the girl walking in the hair salon, getting a chocolate brown hair color put on her hair. No highlights, no lowlights. Chocolate brown put on her hair. And then after that, she got a deep conditioning treatment, got the conditioner rinse out, and then a trim, and walked out with soaking wet hair and paid $2,500 with no question asked. Guy Tang, go on Guy Tang's page. Guy Tang and Razor Chick of Atlanta are on the same level to me. Guy Tang and Razor Chick of Atlanta are on the same level. Guy Tang his colors start at $6,000. You ain't never seen nobody in the comments like, why he charged so much? They don't do that. Only we do that. I'm not trying to get on you. I'm just saying. Like, only we do that. Guy Tang and Razor Chick of Atlanta are on the same level. Guy Tang he's starting out at 6,000. Nobody's gonna question him. When I was doing hair and that girl was charging $2,500 for single process hair color, nobody knows who she is. If I said her name right now, not one of y'all would know who she is. Not one. None of her clients ever questioned her. I swear to God. Like one time she did, and the one that paid $2,500, her hair was like to her butt. That's why it was $2,500. It was another lady, her hair hit her shoulders, same single process hair color, but it was black. She paid her $1,600. And when she was like, oh, how much, babe? And she was like, oh, 16. And she was like, oh my God, shut the hell up. Listen, Jessie, oh my God, I told Jessie it was going to be 25. Like, remember when my hair was super long and you colored it? It was like 25. I told him it was going to be that. He just gave me a $3,000, girl. So now I'm here. I'm getting my hair colored. But, girl, I'm going to go, like, shopping after this. That's it. Nothing else. She paid her money. She tipped her, and then she left. We do not do each other like that. When we hear a Black woman charge a price that's a lot, instead of us being like, damn, okay, I can't afford her. Instead of saying you can't afford her, you say, why she charge so much? That is too expensive. I love y'all, but that's why I don't do hair no more. I love y'all, but that's why I don't do hair no more, because 100% y'all would be saying that about me. 100% y'all would be saying that about me. So I'm not doing it. It's just, I'm just being real. I'm sorry if I sound intense, but only Black people do that to each other. You go on Guy Tang's page, you won't see one comment, he charged too much. You won't see one. Who he think he is? Who she think she is? Why she charged that much? She Razor Chick of Atlanta. Who else can do what she can do? Name them. That's why sis charge so much. And guess what? I pray that you have a skill level that is so high up
that you master to the point that nobody can do what you do, to the point that somebody got to drop a rack just for you to walk in the room. I pray that over your life, but don't look at somebody else who's gotten there and be like, why she? Because her gift has made room for her. That's why. And the thing is, if you've never heard of prices like that, that just means that, like, for example, and I know you don't mean it like that. That's why I'm not directing that towards you, but the majority of women feel like that. Like, when nobody does that with anything else, only hair. So most people had never heard of a regular ass pair of black shoes being $1,500, $1,600, $2,000. But because Cardi B said she got bloody shoes, y'all all going and paying thousands of dollars for a pair of shoes that you only gonna wear a couple times because you don't want people to know that you wear them all the time. It's like, I don't know. It's special. This is why I stopped doing hair. Why did she book it if she couldn't afford it is the biggest question. But see, that's not the biggest question. She never had intentions on paying. Most people have every intention on scamming and having negative and bad intentions, and there's no way that you can know until it's all said and done. There's no way that you can know. Listen, I have people book one-on-one consultations, pay for the consultation, don't show up to the consultation, and then try to file a dispute. Anytime y'all see me make something unavailable, is because somebody got on my nerves. I never went back to renew my license. I can't do our people. It said, I don't listen. I don't have nothing to say. And I really don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to be, I don't like black women because I love me some black women. What are you talking about? Oh, but I wish we had stamps. I wish that the ones like me had a scent, or we had a call, something like a code word that only women like me know, and the only way they can book is if they know the bird call code or something. I don't know. Then I would do it again. But it's almost impossible to tell the difference between the birds and the real women. It's so hard to tell the difference. And I'm not for everybody. I'm not for the birds. I'm not. I understand. I think it's because it's a culture thing. I don't, but do you? I don't want to say that, because to say that it's so you're basic, and I'm not being argumentative with you, but for you to say that it's a cultural thing, you're saying that culturally black women don't see value in other black women. No, I refuse to receive that. There is a certain group of black women who don't see value in their self, so they portray that as a reflection onto other women, because you as a, not you per se, babe, not you, but because you as a black woman doesn't feel that valuable, you look at another black woman like, oh, I can't do that. I would never. I wish I would. That's the problem. That's the issue. That's the problem. Sorry, I'm laughing at my husband. But I don't think that it has anything to do with it being a cultural thing, because there are plenty of black women who pay my price with no problem and tip me extra. One of my clients, Stacy, I love you. Hey, Stacy, no homo, not like that. But she used to have to like slip tips in my bra. Like, it was because her tips would be so big. I would be like, no, stop. All black women are not like that. So please don't think that I'm saying that all black women are like this, because they're not. The black women who are not like this know how to find cosmetologists like me. And the black women who are not like this, who haven't found cosmetologists like me, baby, you looking in the wrong places. That's it. That's all. They also have generational wealth. Black people tend But generational wealth doesn't have anything to do with any, like, no, I don't believe that. What? Like, I have been a licensed cosmetologist in Las Vegas, Nevada for over a decade. There are some wealthy ass people here. There are some wealthy ass black women here. That don't have nothing to do with it. I don't mean no disrespect. I've never had a hair, all of my hair salons have always been in the suburbs. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't have shops in the hood, in rural areas around. No, no. If a hood rat come and book an appointment with me, she then booked the appointment and drove 30, 45 minutes to get to me. I'm sorry if that makes somebody feel away, but that's what it is. I am not a for everybody stylist. I never have been. So I don't think that that has anything to do with it. Like, I wasn't born with no silver spoon in my mouth, but I'm still not going to a hairstylist that I can't afford and then running out on the appointment and not paying. That don't have nothing, like, what? No, I don't. No, I don't think that that has anything to do with it culturally. And then I'm also from, since I was a little girl and my mom and dad were not rich. My parents were like middle class and not rich middle class in Detroit, Michigan. Apple between St. Martin's and Pembroke. So it wasn't where the rich people lived at off Otter Drive. Like, close to it, but not nowhere. No. My parents were not rich. But my mama took me to get my hair done every 2 weeks. We went to Dodie or Bianca's mama. And I don't know her name because I called her Bianca's mama. And we was there for our appointment 30 minutes before our stylist was ready for us. And my mama used to tip her. And my mama was not rich. My mama worked at Winkleman's, which was a clothing store. And then she worked at Comerica Bank. My mom and dad were not high class. And my dad was a social worker. And social workers don't make that much money. And he was at the very beginning when I was a little girl getting my hair done. So that don't have nothing to do with it. Black women don't value other black women's time, period. Like, and you don't see it as something that's worthy enough to deserve that much money. You just don't. Most black women don't see that much value in other black women. It's just call a spade a spade. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But let's call it that. Don't blame it on all black people. That's just our whole culture. We don't, like, no, I don't. I love you, boo. But generational, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Not to mention, I was doing hair in Las Vegas, Nevada. These white girls that was getting their hair done wasn't rich. They wasn't rich. They just saved their money up and they didn't come get their hair done until they had it. They didn't come to play until they was ready to pay. That was it. They wasn't like, oh, white power, you're white, so you'll give me a discount. No, it wasn't none of that. They didn't go play until they was ready to pay. I used to be right next to him. I would ask, I'm like, cause just the way y'all feel, I felt the same way. I was shocked and blown away when I heard she only been standing up for 2 hours and then made $1,600. And I've been doing this weave for the last 4 hours. This weave, this color, and all of this other stuff. And she mad she gotta pay me $150. I was blown away too. It ain't generational. It don't got nothing to do with generational wealth being left behind. What? No. It's about the value that you attach. Black women used to complain about having to pay me $300 to put the weave in, but they paid $700 for the weave itself. I was not as valuable to some. Obviously, this is not all. Some, not all. I was not valuable. I was not more valuable than the bundles were. The bundles had more value than I had putting it into her. That don't have nothing to do with generational nothing. What? No. Glad I do my hair. I think $200 for a wash and silk press.
It's a lot, but I do not complain. Listen, that's why I don't do hair no more, baby. And the thing is, that's okay. If you don't have money like that, just say you can't afford it. Just say I ain't got it and come back when you do, or go to somebody whose prices match yours. Don't say she's overcharging. She's not overcharging. Because listen to this, and a lot of y'all not gonna like what I gotta say. A woman whose prices are cheaper than mine, guarantees she can't do what I can do. That's why her prices are cheaper than mine, because she doesn't understand what goes into it. When I came back doing hair after 5 years of being gone, not one of my clients were able to find a stylist that can do what I do. A couple of my clients drive all the way back to California for a stylist that they had when they was young, because they haven't found anybody else in Vegas to do what I can do. It's the prices that a business set is not going to be based on what customers can afford. These YouTube people been playing top dollar for their hair. Black people don't like to pay each other. I will leave. Listen, leave it right there. That's why I was like, I'ma leave. I'm not about to try to like trick y'all into believing my worth or nothing like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go in the environment of the people who already understand my worth. I'm not about to prove my worthiness to anybody. I know what I'm worthy of. My life shows it. So I'm not proving my worthiness to anybody. I love black women. I do. Ooh, y'all so fine. Ooh, but baby, listen. And it's not all black. It's not all black women. It's not. That's why I don't do hair no more, because it's a certain group of hey. No, I'm not saying that at all. We definitely have value, but I just haven't been in the environment with people with money like that. Laugh out loud. No, it's all love. So glad you are who you are. Serious. Yeah, babe. No, and I wasn't saying that you were saying it like that. That's why I kept saying not you. You were just bringing up an overall idea and an overall topic, baby. I wasn't talking about you per se. You've made that very clear. Your energy is very good. I don't feel a way about you. I was just talking about like just the topic in general. Barely have real stylists anymore. You have to come wash, detangled, and blow dry, or they do. Listen, look, peep game. Most of the professional cosmetologists quit. The reason that you have to come wash and detangle and blow dry is because they are not licensed, and it is illegal for them to shampoo and blow dry your hair. Sorry if I sound intense, but y'all gotta get it. Y'all push all of the professional cosmetologists out. Y'all said they didn't matter. Don't nobody care nothing about no license. So a lot of professional cosmetologists that I know, that none of the professional cosmetologists that I knew that did hair like I did do hair anymore. They are all retired. They are all like trichologists that consult with dermatologists, and they have their own brands. None of them are standing behind a chair anymore. I know it seems like it was quick, but it wasn't. The Team Natural community thing, that shit has been going on for the last 10 years. How long did y'all expect cosmetologists to stick around and start taking it? We quit. I was one of the last groups of cosmetologists that quit doing hair. Now the hairstylists that y'all have do not have licenses, guaranteed. Go one of those cosmetologists, people that you called that tell you to come with your hair braided, come with your hair washed and blow dry, ask them where they got their cosmetology license from, or ask them for their license number. I bet money they ain't gonna have one. Or better yet, book a consultation. Be like, all right, I gotta come with my hair like that. Can I book a consultation? Just book a consultation and just look at their station and look for their license. I bet money you won't find one. or if you do, it'll say it's a braider's license. And if you're a licensed braider, it is illegal for you to shampoo and blow dry hair. That's why all the shops that y'all going into making y'all come in with y'all hair shampoo, these are not real cosmetologists. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all gotta know where y'all going. No, that's not right at all. Running out like they did. I agree with you, girl. I get that. I wouldn't do that either. If I can't afford something, I'm not gonna get it. Listen, I'm just not going. Y'all know how many times I wanted to get stuff. Like, for example, y'all gonna laugh. Like, I remember when I was like when me and my husband first got married, I would be such a hater. I'd be walking past Sam's like, I wish I would. Nobody about to be shopping at Sam's, spending all that money. I'm about to get no little membership, so I gotta pay you to shop there. Nobody care about your little club. Girl, guess what? My ass stayed at Sam's Club. I wasn't in there like, y'all too expensive. This is too much. Y'all need to know I just came back when I had it. Not that it's super expensive to shop at Sam's or nothing like that, but I wanted a black card. And I wasn't paying $100 for no membership for nothing. It was a point in my life, girl, $100 for a membership, you lost your mind. Now, girl, I be thinking I'm somebody. Be getting there. It's like, oh, y'all can't get in yet. Get in line over there. Only black card members can get in now. Like, listen, I come back when I can. I'm a consumer too. I don't even wear name brands. I hate it. Very upper class family. No disrespect to anyone that doesn't. Listen, me neither. Mentally, I can't allow myself to buy name brand clothes. You know why? I've met with the companies. The same clothes that you get at Ross from a no name brand company that you see a pair of pants that's $5 at Ross. Guess what? It's made from the same fabric in the same company on the same machine. The only difference is the label that's on the pants. The only difference is the label that's on the pants. It's the same pair of pants from Ross that you get at the Gucci store or whatever the hell. Some expensive ass pants, some pants that cost you $1,500. It's the same fabric. It's just a different label on it. And based on the label is what's going to determine how much you can charge. That's it. That's all. No matter how much I want to buy some, I can't do it. The fact that our people have so much hate and do not have trust within our own community. Girl, listen. Well, you are valuable and know your worth. I love you. I love you more, boo. And a part of that comes from black women getting the hookup from family and friends. But when it's time to pay real prices to real black women hairstylists, it's a problem. Listen, girl, I was never that person. I wasn't never giving nobody the hookup full price, or I ain't got nothing nice to say. I feel like the problem is accountability. Don't nobody want to blame themselves. Everybody want to blame somebody else. If everybody look in the mirror and just consciously made an effort to look for a real hairstylist, like, it ain't nothing wrong with asking a fucking hairstylist if they're a licensed cosmetologist. You can ask, are you a licensed cosmetologist? If somebody say you gotta come with your hair clean, blow dried, are you a licensed cosmetologist? Yes or no? They're not going to say yes if they don't have a license. They're gonna be like, no, guess what? You shouldn't go there. If they tell you that you gotta come with your hair washed and blow dried already, and you go and you don't like your hair, it's your fault, because you shouldn't have went. Point blank, period. If I can't afford something, I won't be patronizing you, but I still also respect people's worth. You are amazing. You deserve to get your worth. I appreciate you. Thank you. But to be honest, I understand that I love doing black women's hair. I'm not saying nothing negative about anybody who's not a black woman, but I just love the excitement, the transformation, all of it. But it just do something to me. And other
Other textures are just really easy for me, and I like a challenge. But I'm not willing to lower my standards and my worth to meet what people feel like they can and cannot afford. I'm not here to make you to meet you where you are at what you can afford. No, this is what I'm worth. This is my value, and I understand that some people may not be able to meet me there. So I'm not about to. What one thing that when I'm sitting with creation, I know for a fact, one thing that I always get from God is like, it should be easy. It should feel good. If I feel resistance, it's not for me. It's supposed to be easy, laid out. If I feel resistance, it's not mine. It ain't mine if I feel resistance. When I was doing hair, I felt resistance. I'm like, this ain't mine. This ain't mine. I'm not about to argue with you and prove my worth to you. When I finally told myself, because I love hair so much, and I was like, maybe I could just try. And when I went back to do hair and I had that experience with that lady and her daughter, oh my God, no way. No freaking way this is what creation has for me. And I love y'all, but if we can get in that place where we understand that people are not put on this earth as martyrs for other people, like I was not put on this earth to take shit from people so their hair can be done. I don't need it that bad. I don't need it that bad. There's more. There's more for me in other places. And me being a hairstylist was taking too much for me. Too much. Like people coming, I was a dumpster. Like all of that problems, the issues, just no. It was too much. And then on top of that, you want me to be okay. So prove to me, how come it's this much? Listen, no, leave me alone. Wasting people's time and talent while they could be making money with paying customers. Hell, my own cousins played me not paying, still come. Listen, no, nope. I don't even play that game. Family these nuts. You hear me? Family these nuts. Up and down. You understand? Yeah. I just had a stylist that I asked questions to, and when we get mad at me, always come with money, always was on time. Went from 24 inches to a bald head, messing with this woman. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. That I ask questions to. Okay, this is my thing. Y'all act, not you. People treat hairstylists like boyfriends. Your hairstylist and your man are two completely different people. The second she got an attitude, get your ass up and walk out. No, and then what do you mean? Are you saying I'm confused. Are you saying that you went from 24 inches to bald head messing with her? It don't have nothing to do with her. That was you. The second that she was in your head and something went wrong, you shouldn't have went back. No, the name of my channel is called Accountability. I am going to change the name of my channel to Accountability. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. You have to be accountable. Nobody is twisting y'all hands, holding guns up to y'all head and making y'all sit in their chair. Y'all are going and booking these people. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, don't use up for voice command, because voice command. No, see, no, best. No, best. Hey, no, we not doing that, because that's a soft spot for me. Because I was a cosmetologist I'm still a cosmetologist, but I did hair for over a decade. You cannot put that on everybody because you made bad choices selecting cosmetologists. You cannot put that on everybody. I love you, boo,
But no, that ain't, that don't go on all of us. The second that you sat in her chair and she did something you didn't like, you should have got up and went somewhere else. But you stayed there. You booked more appointments. You paid her more money for years. And if your hair was 24 inches, you had so much time as it was breaking off to say, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm not going to keep going to her. But you kept going. And then you come back and blame it on all of us? So all hairstylists is dusty because you picked the hood rat? No, you picked the hood rat. You, Shalissa, you, best. You did not pick the best hairstylist. You picked the hood rat. And you got hood rat results. Don't blame everybody else. So for 20 years, you ain't go back to the shop because you picked the hood rat one time? That ain't right. How many dudes have you been with that wasn't right? And then maybe you got married and you got it right. You can't be blaming all of the men across the world, not just the city, but the Craig across the world, Craig, for one little hood rat. Come on now, best. Come on, best. Up and down, best. All right, nah. Lord. All right, nah. Come on, girl. Don't be blaming all of the hairstylists across America for one little dusty one. All right, one little dusty one. The second that you found out she was dusty, you should have wiped that off and you should have never went back up on over there. Nah. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Hold on, I think I forgot a question and then... You stopped going for 2 years. Yeah, don't stop going for 2 years. Go back, but this time find a good one. Like get online and search cosmetologist. Type in Google, book a consultation with a cosmetologist. By typing book a consultation with a cosmetologist, Google is going to pop up stylists that require cosmetologists. Stylists that require consultations to book appointments. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Search for what you want. Stop looking for hood rats. Stop looking. What she doing for the low? If you can call her and she'll be like, yeah, come today. No. If you could just, not call her and come in. If you could just walk in and she's sitting there on her phone on Snapchat, no. Damn it. Nah. Yeah, so just let's start all over. Let's find a new hairstylist. Yeah, what do you think triggered your hair loss if you don't think she did it? Because that's the only reason I said you said. Let me see. This is the only reason I said that you. This is the only reason I thought you was blaming it on her. Because you said was always on time. Went from 24 inches to a bird head, messing with this woman. Hopper, who this woman? So I thought. That's what you were saying. That's the only reason that I thought that you was blaming it on the stylist. And then I didn't want to come blame it on her as if I didn't really know where my breakage was coming from. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't me or nothing internally. So I went back to her thinking maybe it wasn't her, whoever got my hair out. But then I will say this. What were you doing in between appointments? And what did she do during your appointment? Because I'm not defending her. I don't know her. But you are in your hair way more than the hairstylist is. And unless she put a chemical on your hair, your practices broke your hair out. She's not there with you every day. You're the one in control of whether or not your hair breaks. So What hairstyles were you getting when you were going to her? What did she do to contribute to your breakage? Because that's another thing. Like, if you only went to see somebody once a month, you can't blame them for losing 20 inches of hair. If you only go to see them once a month and all they do is wash, blow dry, and flat iron your hair, like what exactly were your practices? So then we went to a treatment program for my hair, supposedly, and we're going to trim my ends every 2 months to grow out for 7 months. But then I noticed down there that I had no hair after that. For everything, didn't want to throw her under the bus if it wasn't her. She had her own shop, very nice town, coast touches, and a book, a hookah, and a hair rack. Yeah, so we gonna move on. We gonna move on. Praise God. We gonna move on. But I want to know, what were you getting done to your hair when you went to her? What did she do to your hair when you went? How often did you go? And what were you doing to your hair when you didn't see her? Those are the questions that I need you to answer for me. Okay. What did she do to your hair when you saw her? How often did you go see her? And what did you do to your hair in between appointments? Are the 3 questions that I need you to answer for me real quick. See, funny. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying. Because y'all got to remember, even though I know it's some dusty stylists out there, we got to have accountability. Because if you only went to see her once a month, or if you only went to see her once every 3 months to get a blow dry and a trim, you cannot blame her for your hair coming out. Like, and a lot of women do that. Like, I had a lady that came to see me twice in 1 year. All I did was shampoo her hair, blow dry it, flat iron it, and trim her ends. At the end of the year, her hair, she got 4 bald spots in her hair. Mind you, I saw her one time in February. Come December, she got bald spots. She ain't got no edges. She got traction alopecia. I've never done a weave in her head whatsoever. Never done a weave, no braids, no nothing. She got traction alopecia. Last time I seen her, she had all her edges. She ain't had no bald spots, nothing. I didn't put no chemicals on her head, nothing. Just did a shampoo. No, gave her a scalp detox, which is just a clarifying shampoo. Got a scalp detox, a regular clarifying shampoo, right? Not to mention, we did a patch test on her head at her consultation, so she wasn't allergic to it. Then she got a whole a silk press. Hair was fine. That was in February. It's about to be the end of December. She like, oh, I got alopecia and it's from you because you did my hair that one time. It don't work like that. What? And then once we sat down and got to everything, thank God one of my clients was an attorney, so I was able to figure everything out. And once we sat down and talked, she was like, I'm sorry. And then she blocked my number. I never heard from her again, because when she didn't see me, she was wearing quick weaves and braids all the time. But she like, my hair is only in protective styles, and the only time I put heat in it is when you did it, so that's why my hair coming out. So that's why I'm asking you, what did she do to your hair when you went? How often did you go? And what were you doing to your hair in between your appointments? Well, a couple times she did a press, and then the next time I will come back say I was heat damage. And I said, well, you were the last person to do my hair, so damage came from you. So she gave you heat damage. I love you best, but girl, you gonna have to find you, because you confusing me. Because first first she made all your hair fall out and made it shorter. Now she gave you heat damage when she came back. So if she gave you heat damage that first time, you went back again after you washed your hair and so you had heat damage, you went back instead of her chair again. I'm asking them a question. You see what I mean? You see where we going, best? You see where we going? And you still didn't answer my questions. You still didn't answer my question, best. And I don't get mad at me, best, but I got a feeling that you doing your best to blame it on the girl, but you seeing that it was you, best. Cause you stressing out my spirit, my eyebrows is itching, and at this point it's a free consult and I don't like it because I'm confused. I'm so confused. Like, what happened? Because we started with you saying she has her own shop, very nice house, and travel, so I really don't know what was going on. And the certified cosmetologist, I never book a hookah rack to do a hood rack. Okay. Okay. So do anybody have any other questions that y'all want to ask? Do y'all want to go over anything? Best, I'ma say it's gonna be your best just to take your time, book consultations with people first. I don't understand what happened. I don't know if she made your hair break off because you said, like, if she gave you heat damage, because heat damage would make you go from 24 inches to nothing. I don't know. I'm confused. But I love you. I do. And I hope you get the best of the stuff. Because I'm confused. And Best needs to hit the StreamYard link at this point. I ain't even gonna hold you up. I really wouldn't even mind. But I do. That's not true. I just lied. That was my Gemini side came out. I was like, let's do it. And then my like, no the hell you ain't. No. So I love y'all. I just really want us to all get to a point and a place where we can really talk, where we can really have conversations, where we can really have accountability. And I think that it is really confusing for people now at this point to tell the difference between a cosmetologist and somebody that's just playing in hair. But there's one thing that you can do that'll help, and you won't have to waste money. Like, some people charge for consultations, but a lot of times they don't. And it's better, even if they do charge like $10-15 for a consultation, it's okay. If you end up liking them, that goes into your service. At least it did for me. If not, yeah, you may waste $15, but it's not going to be a waste. That'll be the best $15 you've ever spent. You know why? After you spend that $15 and you find out they are dusty hairstylists that you shouldn't be going to, you will really save money, because then you won't have to be going and spending money on repairing your hair. The thing that a lot of people don't understand, they're like, oh, these hairstylists are so expensive. It's like, no, it's not. Y'all hair is just damaged as ever. And then y'all come into a hair salon and y'all want like basic services, not understanding that the hairstylist got to do whole open heart surgery. The majority of hairstylists are dealing with clients whose hair shaft looks like this, but y'all have been layering y'all hair shaft with so much freaking product that y'all think that y'all hair shaft is healthy, but it's really not. And then a hairstylist does a detox, because listen, if somebody's getting a silk press, I have to strip all of the product buildup off their hair. You know why? Because if I don't, when I flat iron their hair, it's gonna weigh the silk press down. It's gonna make it look stringy. Like, that's why if you are a person who has coconut oil in your hair, you are a cosmetologist's worst nightmare, because coconut oil repels water. So it's literally impossible for you to get it out. Sometimes certain cosmetologists have to resort to using like laundry detergent, dishwashing liquid to get it out because the coconut oil is so thick. It's a binder. It binds to protein. But y'all listen to YouTubers, they're like, oh, put it in because it locks in moisture. It doesn't lock into moisture, it binds to protein and creates a barrier. And water and oil don't mix. So the water that's under it can't get out and the hair shaft can't breathe. And this is what it looks like underneath. So then when y'all go see a licensed cosmetologist and she give you a clarifying shampoo to start, then it goes from you think that your hair shaft feels like this, you think your hair shaft looks like this, because when you put a product on it, it gives you the illusion that it really looks like this because the product fills those holes. But then once the cosmetologist gives you a detox, it looks like this. All the product is removed. That layer, all of those layers that you put on with the lock method, they're all removed, and then you're left with this. This is why whenever you go to get your hair straightened and you've been wearing your hair curly for a long period of time, and then you go to take the curls out, you go to blow dry your hair and straighten it, that's why it be thick at the top, it's stringy at the bottom. Look at this. The top of the hair strand is thick and the bottom is slowly breaking away from wear and tear. It is what it is. Some people don't even care. On a lot bald head heifers running around the next 15 years. Let me tell you something. This generation is gonna be the most bald-headedest women around the world. Not just the city, but the world, Craig. I'm trying to talk over the online stuff, but it's not coming out right. I would have been better if I could just call in or something. Well, if you want to talk to me, girl, you got to book a one-on-one session. Nah, I can't be giving away my stuff for free now. But I'll leave you the link in the description box if you want to book a one-on-one. I'll try to answer as good as I can. So when I first started going, I only went 2 or 3 times. But I stopped going to her because I thought it was her, but I didn't want to put it on her if I really didn't know it was her. Yeah, just next time, if you can't determine if it's the person you've been going to or yourself, just go to somebody else because you shouldn't have to think about that. I'm washing tonight. You got me right. I'm pushing for every 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Like, just wash your hair like you wash your ass, man. You don't co-wash your ass, so don't co-wash your hair. Okay, when you had a funky day, you ain't about to be like, give me the lotion. I don't want to wash my natural oils off my body, so give me the lotion. Come bring me the lotion, and I'm gonna use the lotion, and I'm gonna wash up with the lotion because the lotion, it locks in the moisture, and it'll block the oils and stuff from leaving, because this is my natural scent. You know that funky shit that you smell? That's my natural scent. And you need that dirt to grow. Yeah. To be healthy, you need that funk in the ass. So all I'm going to do is use some water and I'm going to just rub the lotion on there. And then the funk is going to link inside of the lotion. And then it's going to go down. That's like, it's literally the same thing. If you don't co-wash your ass, do not co-wash your hair. Okay? Okay, that's all I'm saying. And yeah, best. I don't know. I'm confused. And I get it and stuff. I get it, boo. And you using the talk to text thing, I know it's confusing me. You can tell I'm confused. My brain cells hurt. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to ask y'all last couple questions. Best, you been in here with the rest. It's good. It's cool, girl. But I'm confused. I don't got my glasses on or nothing. Like, I need to go outside, like, and get back on my cloud. I don't know, girl. I am confused. Not rub it in the booty juice with lotion, but that's what y'all do. Like, to wash with conditioner is the equivalent washing your hair with conditioner is the equivalent to washing your ass with lotion. It's the same thing. So if you think it's dusty to wash your booty cheeks with lotion, that's how I feel about you washing your scalp. Washing your scalp with conditioner. You got leftover scalp booty meat on your scalp. That's just what it is. So I really hope that everybody is at a good place. Either way, you're gonna get a video tomorrow. I don't know which video is gonna be, but for sure coming next week, either Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to give you a detailed video on the lock method, and I just want people to be prepared. If you are a person who loves the lock method, please don't come over here. Don't come over here. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to talk about it, because this is the thing. I'm not trying to get nobody to stop doing it. If you want to do something that makes it look like or feel like your hair is healthy instead of having healthy hair, do your thug thizzle, my brizzle for rizzle. Like I'm not trying to argue with you about it at all. I don't care enough to argue with you about it. But if you are a person who wants your hair shaft to look the way that A looks, and you want to be done with B, C, D, E, F, and G, if you want to be done with all of that, be here. Have your post notifications on, right? Go head over to my website, like go over there, start looking at all of the ebooks that I have. Let me know in the chat real quick if you want me to head over there and show y'all what stuff looks like. Let me know real quick in the chat if you want me to show y'all which ebooks you should get and which ones would be best for you if you really just want to learn, or if you want to see how to join the 7-day challenge. Just let me know real quick and I'll share the screen with you and we can head over to my website. But I do want y'all to know that all of these scalp disorders, all of these hair shaft disorders are preventable. If we can have accountability, we can get to the cause of them, right? And if we can get to the cause of them, we can reverse the effects. Yeah, because the breakage that you see in this video is one of the effects from the patterns that you've had. So when we go to the cause and when we tackle the cause and change the cause, we can fix these effects. That's it. That's all. Just funny as hell. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, like, it just sounds funny because it's dumb. If you don't wash your ass with lotion, why are you washing your hair with conditioner? It don't make no sense. Seeing what's the difference between white bubs and black bubs of the hair shaft when I see women talking about it all the time. It's just two different forms of it's two different follicle disorders. So let me show you. Hold on. I think I got a picture. So first of all, black bubs, white bubs, they don't know what the hell they talking about. So they just randomly saying words and it's confusing because they're confused. So I'm going to show you. So here are a couple of different, hold on, babe. Okay. So here are a couple of different hair shaft disorders. You see the one that that looks like a knot. That is what people on YouTube like to call single strand knots. That is also what people would classify as a black bub. It's not black. Your hair is not turning black. It's just that is what they call single strand knots, but that is the scientific name for it. So when we're talking about white bulbs on the hair shaft, we're talking about the top left. That is the video that I want everybody to watch as soon as this video is over. As soon as this live is over, go to the last video that I posted, the video I posted yesterday, and it explains this one on the top left. This one on the top left looks like this. So now I'm going to show you in detail, up close, what a white bulb looks like, what they're calling a white bulb. The white bulb that they're seeing is a different hair shaft disorder. The one in the top left is that hair shaft disorder. Remember, the black bulb is the one that looks like a knot, which is what you call single strand knots. This is what single strand knots look like under an electron microscope. They are actually split ends, and if you have two lines next to each other as they're being just allowed to air dry, because y'all don't set no memory for your hair, you don't comb it or nothing, you just like, oh, I'm gonna let it air dry and wash and go. So your hair, the ends are split, so there is no memory, so they just wrapping around each other, and then it makes knots because you're not combing it. You're using 4 fingers, and you have anywhere between 100,000 and 500,000 strands. So the hair isn't being combed, the ends are split, they're wrapping and knotting themselves around each other, though that is a completely different hair shaft disorder. So you just saw, look at this. This is another. That's another view of a single strand knot. That's what a single strand knot is. This is what people classify as black bulbs. Lord. And like I said, nobody was talking about single strand knots until hairstylists like me start giving the science, and until YouTubers start going back to hairstylists. Now everybody's a scientist, right? So this trichomatosis is the real scientific word for single strand knots, right here. This right here that you are looking at is also, again, hold on, gotta go back down to the picture. Hold on. Is also this picture. So this is the black bulb that you're talking of. So when we're talking about the white bulb or knot at the end is the one on the top left. All right. And under an electron microscope, it looks like this. It's literally what we've been talking about the whole time. Wait, not this one. Sorry. It looks like this. But from this is really, really up close. But even a clearer picture, it looks like this. And even clearer, here is that white bulb that you're speaking of. Yeah. So it's not a white bulb or a black bulb. These are two completely different hair shaft disorders that cannot be cured with a product. The only way that these hair shaft disorders can be cured is if you cut it off. Period. Point blank, period. But they don't make no money off of you cutting your hair off. They only make money off of telling you that you can get a product, put it on there, and it'll fix this. Here's the white bulb. You can see it for yourself. It's white. It's right there. White bulb. There it is. Right there. Yeah. Same thing. And it doesn't turn white. What this is all of the product buildup, lint, and all of those different things that are being attracted to the hair. Because a lot of people that have single strand knots and the white bulbs, like the black bulbs and the white bulbs that you're talking about, a lot of these people are the same people who don't use combs and brushes and only finger detangle. So that is the truth of the matter. All right. I hope that answered your question a little bit. Yeah, so did that answer your question, babe? I hope it answered your question. They used to call it cream rinse. They used to call what cream rinse? I hope everyone washed their ass and hair tonight. Yes, everybody wash their ass and their hair tonight. Wash your shampoo. Wash your shampoo. Wash your hair with some shampoo and wash your ass with some goddamn soap. Nah, listen. Wash it. White bulbs is breakage, right? It's all breakage. Yep. Yep. It would look so fresh if trimmed off. Absolutely. Absolutely. But people hold on to the broken ends. So you would just never know. You would just never know. But that was a really good question, babe. The white bulb and black bulb thing. And I'm glad I had the pictures to show you. I never understood the whole co-wash. I mean, it was listen. Y'all not gonna. Every time I say something, it's like seeing this. No, listen. Co-washing is the way that they kept y'all with scalp infections, so y'all hair will grow slower. Because the peep game, if every scientist that makes a hair product knows what bacteria is coming from the follicle, they also know that if you don't wash it off, it leads to scalp infection. This is basic freaking science. It's basic. This is basic science. Basic science. So if they telling you don't remove the bacteria, just add more oil, it's insane. They understand that by you not washing your hair, you grow fungus and bacteria, and they understand that fungus and bacteria's favorite food is oil. But they only sell you oil. Then y'all can't figure out why y'all hair not growing unless y'all use this product. And when you stop using the product, your hair start breaking off again. Come on. Y'all gotta stop being so easily manipulated. If you take the blinders off, you can see who your real enemy is. And it ain't me. It's not the people like me. It's really not. It's really not. Is it okay to wash the hair more than once a week? You sure can, babe. You sure can wash it as much as you need to. I'm new to your channel, but what I want you to do is set your hair under a dryer. Stop doing wash and goes. I'm only saying that because I remember a comment you asked me earlier, babe. You new to my channel, so you don't know how I feel about wash and goes, but I'll send you a couple of videos. Even though wash and goes are great now, the majority of women who book consultations with me that have intense follicle infections from bacteria and yeast within their scalp did wash and goes for 10, 15 years. Now they have a like real life living bacteria within their follicle, because when you walk around with wet hair or when you let your hair air dry, what you're doing is making the perfect environment for yeast and bacteria to grow. You can have a yeast infection of your scalp and of the hair follicle. That's what my new series is all about. So really be cautious of that. And I'm not getting on you, but I just remember the comment. And you look absolutely beautiful. I know that our hair is beautiful when it's curly and you proud. I know. I get it. I got a daughter too. I get it. I know. But the quickest way for you to lose all of that beautiful hair is for you to not set your bonds. It's for you to walk around with wet hair. It's for you to walk around with the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. It's the perfect way to lose all of your hair, babe. I'm not saying that's what you do. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that's what you do. And I'm not just talking to you. Remember, every time somebody makes a comment, I always just make it a broad thing. So if you do set that, good. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying, everybody who's listening to me, remember, I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do, what not to do with your hair. If you do wash and goes of any way, shape, or form, do not walk out of your house with wet hair. Period. That's it. That's all. They make money by some people's ignorance. Oh yeah. Pre-shampoo, aka scalp treatment, OLAPLEX number 1, 3, moisturizing conditioner, make it simple routine, ladies. Yes. I always step my hair with a diffuser or a hooded dryer. Thank you, babe. Thank you. Listen to what Shelly V said. Yes, please. Thank you. All right, y'all. I don't think anybody else has any questions. That was a really good question though, asking about the white knots and the black knots. That was like an excellent question. It's so good that you guys are like asking questions. Don't watch videos and then be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me go buy this. And to be honest, I'm not telling y'all who to watch, who to listen to, who not to listen to, because I don't watch none of these people, so I don't know what they talking about. I wouldn't know. But if a video ends with them saying the only way that you can have healthy hair, get this product and it'll work. No, don't do it. No. Put this in your hair and everything is okay. It's bullshit. No. Your hair shaft is not like your skin where you put something on it and it heals instantly. Once the hair shaft is broke down, that's it. That is it. And you have to cut it off at its broken point and start over, but you're getting new hair from the follicle. If anybody's saying, oh, if your hair is broken like this and you want to fix it, just get this product, put it on and you'll be good. Do not listen to nothing that they say. OLAPLEX is a bond reconstructor and a bond multiplier, but if your hair shaft is already split, OLAPLEX will not fuse the hair shaft back together, and it's never claimed to do so. You'll never hear it claim to do so. Okay? So these are all things that I want everybody to really, really sit and think about. I want everybody to really, really sit with, because it does become really confusing when you don't really understand how to move with your hair. What do you think of Matrix Food or soft hydrating conditioner or a good detangler for relaxed hair? I'll leave my my Amazon store, a link to my Amazon store. I'll leave that in the description box of this video, so make sure that you check it out when you get done. I already have most of the things that I already have most of the things that I like to use or that I enjoy using on my Amazon store. Or not that I enjoy using, the things that I recommend on my Amazon store. Everything is broken down by by porosity and stuff like that. So real quick, I am just going to share my website with you guys really quick, just so you can get an idea of what things look like when my live is over. Hold on. When this live is over, I want you guys to always feel like really, really comfortable on my website looking around, even when I'm not over there, right? Even when I'm not able to answer your questions and stuff like that. So if you want to shop Simple Apothecary, right? That's where all of my herbs are. You just literally click this top button right here and it takes you to the apothecary. So it has different things that you can get, herbs, and then you can get hair and scalp treatments, extracts, and tinctures, and our bath and body, where we have different herbal soaps. Everything's herbal based. Everything's handmade. All right. So that's that. And then if you want to start the 7-day challenge, is right here. You literally can just click this button and it'll take you straight over to all of the information that you need to get started, along with some reviews and like testimonials and stuff from other people who've already taken the 7-day challenge and gotten results. It also makes it easy for you to go ahead and like join the group discussion and all of that. Also, if you want to order any ebooks, I really, really recommend everybody, especially if you're just now coming on my channel and you're just now getting familiar with a lot of the things that I talk about. I have a video an ebook literally for everything. All right. This one here is number one. If there's any ebook that I want you guys to get, it will definitely be this one here, because it breaks down everything that you need to know to repair your hair from the inside out. So like if you have been on your team natural thing and you're starting over, detoxing, this is literally the perfect ebook for you because it breaks down everything that you need to know. So I'm not even going to go through all of it right now, but head over to my website whenever we are done here. And once you're over there, actually take a screenshot really quick just so you can see my table of contents for this ebook. And when you read the table of contents, you can see how much information you are going to get. Most of the questions that people asked in this live that I wasn't able to answer, you can get them all answered in this ebook. It is the longest ebook that I have. It is the one with the most information that I have. All of them are amazing, but I am so proud of this one here. All right, so make sure you check it out. All right, there's 8 chapters, as you can see, quite a few freaking modules. Like, I am extremely proud of this ebook. So again, if you guys really want to, learn more, it's going to be amazing. If you want to learn more about herbalism, this is volume 2, all about the different herbs that go into the body, the different things that they do. There's a table of contents here as well. It's amazing. Like, seriously, just read over the table of contents for those ebooks and you will see what you're going to be getting. This one here is going to be for moisture retention. Then I have another ebook that's for hairstyling. A lot of people, especially people who finish the 7-day challenge, they're like, okay, well, what hairstyles do I do? Or just people in general. As you are watching my channel, so many of you have asked me the question like, okay, well, what hairstyles do I do? How do I wear my hair? This is the perfect ebook for that, because not only do I explain different hairstyles, I explain to you how you should structure them, what products you use for each hairstyle, what products you shouldn't use, how to pick hair products. Is like literally everything that you need to know about hairstyling in this ebook. Awesome sauce. Growth cycle planner, like everything else is really self-explanatory. One of our greatest sellers though is this one right here. The actually these are both like really big ones. But here it is right here. This one right here, the hair growth building blocks. This ebook is awesome sauce because it breaks down every single amino acid that your body needs. Every single amino acid that your body needs to grow healthy hair, skin, and nails. It also tells you what foods to include in your diet to increase those amino acids. Also tells you what things to cut out of your diet to make sure that you stop decreasing those amino acids. Everything. Another bestseller is my hair growth cycle. That one's amazing sauce. This one also teaches you about your own natural hair growth cycle. You know what I teach you guys all the time about the anagen phase and the estrogen phase and the whole hair growth cycle. All of that is everything because it breaks down all of those different things for you and shows you how to manage them and everything. I also in this ebook break down what oils and butters you can and cannot use, their ratings on the comedogenic scale. The comedogenic scale is actually included in here, as you can see. So this, like I said, if you are a person who is really needing to get into the swing of things and you really want to start to understand things more, head over to my website. I have so much for you over there. Like, I can only say so much in videos. I have a crap load of videos. I'll be making a new playlist for you guys, but just know, listen, if you need more education, if you want to read up on more, you can. All right, I got you. It's all over there on my website. All right, I love you. Can shampoo blast the cuticle if used incorrectly, like make it high porosity? Absolutely not. That is a myth, and stop letting them say that to you. No, it does not. Like, if a shampoo busts your cuticle open, you need to sue. That's some crazy. The only way that anything could bust your cuticle open is if you leave it on the hair for a long period of time and it causes weathering. But no, shampoo does not bust your cuticle open. When I tell y'all, these people have been playing y'all so they can sell y'all stuff, that is what I mean. Just imagine, like, they had to tell y'all that shampoo was evil so y'all would buy the co-washing conditioner. Y'all understand that, right? If they wouldn't have made shampoo the devil, you would have never bought co-washing conditioner. You would have never done it. They had to make you think that shampoo was the devil so you wouldn't buy it. That was the only thing that was going to work. Can relax hair, color their hair safely. If they use temporary hair color, like semi or permanent, if permanent hair color, no, not unless you want it to fall out. All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for chilling with me. If you're watching this on replay, let me know in the comments what part was the best for you. And everybody that's in here right now, do me a favor. Get this video a thumbs up because it's free. And we've been in this thing for almost 3 hours. If I stay on here for about 6 more minutes, we've been in this thing for 3 hours. But I'm not about to do that because I got to use the bathroom. But right now, I need you to do me a favor and leave me a comment. Like, not in the chat, but when this video ends, leave me a comment. A, because it's going to help the video get to more people. And B, I want to know what videos y'all want to see next. Binge watch my content and then let me know what videos you want to see next. Let me know what things you need me to tackle next, boo. And I got you. All right? All right, boo? All right, boo.